honey, it's time to call your energy back. I mean, what are you doing? Checking their Instagram, wondering where they are, what they're doing, who they're with, when are they going to text, when are they going to call? It's got to stop. At what point are we done with this behavior? We are the most powerful creators on earth. It's time to start acting like that. It's time to start embodying that, bringing your power back, calling your power back today, right now. Because what you're actually doing, you are sending energy to the undesirable circumstance that you created with your old shitty beliefs. And if you did that, then you can uncreate it, right? You created this circumstance that you don't like. Maybe there's a separation. Maybe you're manifesting more money. Maybe things are not going well at work. Whatever it is, you created it with your previous beliefs. But that's the old you. And so by you giving energy and power to the current circumstances of they're not texting me, they're not calling me, I'm not in the desired relationship, whatever it is, I don't have the desired money, you are exacerbating the very problem that you created. When in actuality, what you need to start doing is calling that energy back into yourself, where it belongs. It doesn't matter what they're doing, it doesn't matter who they're with, it does not matter. It's literally irrelevant. You created it like last week. It's today, it's done now. It's irrelevant. You are making it more real by applying so much energy to it, when you can just pour it back into yourself. You got to remember that they're literally changing as you're looking at them. So the more that you're looking at them as if they are madly in love with you, that your relationship has always been perfect, that everything has always worked out, and it will always work out because obviously it's you. The more that you start looking at them like that, looking at the situation with that love and kindness, it's changing and transforming literally in front of your eyes. Just because there's no movement doesn't mean that you have to start pouring your energy and continue to pour your energy into the old story. It's literally irrelevant. It doesn't matter anymore. The point is that you actually have no other choice but to go within. I know, sucks. Being in there with all the darkness, all the undesired feelings. It's scary. It is scary. Honestly, doing belief work, doing this inner work is not for the faint-hearted. It's really not. It's difficult. But it's as hard or as easy as we want to make it. So that's why I say you commit to change as if your life depends on it, because it literally does, okay? For example, when I was working with my coach, incredible coach, and we were going through my beliefs, a very strong belief that I had was I must always be neglected. And it's fascinating now because I look back at my behavior when I was shown such love, kindness, and warmth from my partner that I physically couldn't receive it, because I must prove to you my beliefs. I will show you my beliefs. I will prove to you why I am unlovable, which was a belief. I will prove to you why I must always be neglected, which was a belief. And I will show you those shitty behaviors from my horrendous old beliefs. And then I'll be like, oh, why am I in this situation? Why isn't he answering my calls? Why can't I get a text back? Because of the things that I did when I hated myself. You have to remember, circumstances can change because we are constantly changing. We are constantly evolving. We can change our beliefs like that. We can change our approach like that. And the second that we change our perspective, everything starts to change. So it's never about the person or the place or the thing that's triggering you. Give thanks for those triggers, by the way. Like, how would I have known, for example, when my relationship collapsed multiple times, how would I have known that I hated myself, or that I felt unlovable, or that I must always be neglected? How would I have known that? The thing is, you have to go through these really painful things sometimes, not all the times, to see those triggers, and then you can look at them objectively. But sometimes it's so difficult to see objectively because you're so emotionally entangled. But that's when you go to the breath work. That's when you go on a rampage. That's when you go to the mirror. When you're triggered, the worst thing to do is react. And honestly, I'm still working on it. It's still a trying process. But I know now that I must go and do my breathing, that whatever I'm perceiving may not be accurate. For example, we tell ourselves these stories of, well, they must be, if they don't reply, they're obviously sleeping with 19 girls right now, right? Females, we go there. And it's important to not believe the lies, because we're being bullied almost. We're being told, believe that, see, he doesn't love you, see, he doesn't want to be with you. It's not true. Whatever you believe is truth for you. So if you believe that he doesn't love you, then it's true. If you believe that you are the only woman or man for that person, if you believe that you are the love of their life, if you believe that you belong together, if you believe that your relationship has always been perfect despite the evidence that it hasn't, you can literally revise everything. You can change anything. It doesn't matter. Which is why when you're giving your power away to these undesired circumstances, it's a complete waste of time. I'm absolutely in a sauna. I definitely need to find somewhere else to film, because this is not gonna work long term. I am, Anyway, so what do? We have to get really clear on our role in creating the undesired circumstance. It's so imperative that you understand the role that you played in creating this undesired circumstance. Look at it. Don't be emotionally invested. I created it. I can never uncreate it. I didn't get this business deal, so I'll never make money again. He didn't text me back, so he'll never want to be with me again. Don't catastrophize. Just understand your role in it so that you can make sure it doesn't happen again. So that you can understand yourself with kindness and love and grace. Okay, I forgive myself. I did that when I didn't know better. And it's okay to forgive myself. That's the first step. You need to forgive yourself. You need to forgive the other person if you can. Maybe you're not there yet. That's fine. We are all at different stages of the journey. Don't force anything. You don't need to. Manifestation, you don't need to try for manifestation. It's effortless. It's easy and it's perfect every time. So if you are in these undesired circumstances right now, I want you to first be grateful that you're in these undesired circumstances. And by that, I mean, if you're not speaking to an SP and you're trying to manifest them back, if you don't have some money right now and you need to manifest that, if there's a business deal that just fell through, I want you to really start showing gratitude for that, just because it's going to force you to new levels of yourself you didn't know existed. And if that breakup didn't happen, you wouldn't be who you are today. And if you didn't have that trigger and kick off and do the things that person does when they don't like themselves, then you wouldn't be growing and evolving and becoming kind, compassionate, loving, and warm. You have to start being grateful for these things. For me, if I hadn't have behaved so awfully and so erratically with my partner, I would have never started this channel. I would have never discovered self-love. I would have never known how to like myself. I've known about self-love for years, and I've always been like, whatever, it's boring. Boring. Oh. Like, literally. It's like, okay, it's very interesting. The very thing that you are so resistant to is the very thing that you need. I had a client that was saying my radiate love meditation, I don't know if I've said this on my channel, but my radiate love meditation was very triggering for the family. When you send love to the family, it's like the very thing that you're resisting is the thing that's going to give you that breakthrough, give you that push, which is why it's important to handle yourself with love, kindness, care, and grace, and forgiveness. Forgiveness could be the last piece in the puzzle of your manifestation journey. I swear to you, you've done all the self-love, there's no movement, try some forgiveness. Try and see how much you release when you learn to forgive yourself. Next, you have to stop doing the behaviors of someone that is in that undesired state. For example, checking their Instagram, checking what they're doing and they're not texting you, following them on your friend's account, whatever. I've done it all. I've been crazy, okay? I can do that. It's not a good look. And it's also not good luck to yourself. You can't hide from yourself. So if you are desiring that you're in a perfect, blissful, loving, committed relationship, and you're checking their Instagram from a fake account, for example, that's the behavior of someone that's not in a blissful, loving, and happy, committed relationship, right? If you're checking tarot, that means you don't trust yourself, that you don't love yourself. And trust me, I've done that as well. Constantly refreshing tarot, like, is it gonna mention why? For what reason? What's that gonna tell me that I don't already know about myself? If you love yourself, you know that you're the operant power. you know that you're worthy and deserving, what the hell can tarot tell you about your life? Get rid of those behaviors. We have to discipline ourselves. Third, if you are getting triggered, you have to adopt the Wim Hof breathing. There's also Breathe with Sandy, which I kind of prefer. He alternates with different breath work, different methods, and you can do that sometimes 3 times per day. I know that when I was manifesting my SP, I was doing self-love meditations 5 times per day, inner child work twice per day, hours and hours and hours in self-love and self-development, because I was so anxious. I just couldn't be in my own body, but they soothed me and calmed me down. So instead of reacting to the triggers, you're like, okay, I see that it's not the person triggering me. I see that it's not the thing triggering me. I see that this trigger would be here, whether it was him, whether it was her, whether it was that, it would be here regardless. I always hear people say irregardless, and it's actually not a word. It would be here regardless. So that means the only person left to deal with is me. And sometimes that's too painful for people to do. Sometimes it's too much work. Sometimes people can't stay consistent. And trust me, I've been there. Sometimes it's just not important enough for people. But sometimes it is. And I have some amazing clients who are doing amazing things. And I'm so proud of them, sticking to their self-love, sticking to their inner child, and seeing movement in the space of weeks. I want to read out. Did I read this out on another video? I actually can't remember. Let's see. I want to read this email out from a client. Hello, Bobbie. So here's the update. I've been doing exactly what you told me. I focused on telling myself, name, I love you, and just showing up and just showering myself with love. And as you said, it's addicting and it's working like magic. The resistance fades away completely after a few days, and people started reflecting everything I told myself. I've been getting so many compliments, even from people I wouldn't have expected. Everyone is extra nice and helpful. It's actually crazy. But I also had a few weird experiences during this time. After a few days of being completely calm and feeling super good with myself, I suddenly became really sad, and all negative thoughts and fears regarding my SP returned. It didn't happen in a while. Anyway, I had a cry, got back on track. The next day, I was in my new state again, feeling like the prize, and so far I remain in that state. I mean, this is just incredible. This is the exact way that I did it. I was like, you see these fluctuations, that oscillation between I'm amazing, he's never going to come back. I'm amazing, he's with someone else. And you have to stabilize yourself by doing the work and going within. And you see movement. She saw movement in a few days. This was within a week that I got this email from her. After doing the experience metamorphosis on my website. This is what is happening when you are going within and you take your power back from whoever and whatever and put it back into you, because that's your only option. It's literally your only option. And finally, you have to commit to self-love, genuinely. 10 minutes a day in the morning, 10 minutes at night, whatever, mirror work. If you can't do everything I advise you to do, then just pick one thing and stick to it for 30 days. And then pick another thing and add that into your routine. And I promise you're going to see a difference. You're going to see people showing up differently for you, because you're showing up differently for yourself. You like yourself now. You approve of yourself. You value yourself. You know that you're valuable, and you are. And so if you would like to take back your power, I think some loop affirmations that you could do for the next 30 days would be, I know now I am already everything that I seek outside of myself. I am loved, I am secure, I am adored, and I am cherished. And you loop that over and over again, hundreds of times per day, thousands of times if you need. It's fine, it's all working, it's all adding up. And then you can begin to attract your manifestation. We're not chasing, honey. We've done enough chasing. I've also done enough sweating. Sorry, I am in Dubai, if anybody doesn't know, and it's hot and I need to find somewhere else to film. Anyway, look, this is just a quick message to remind you to take your power back, cut the cords, My battery's going to go. You are worthy. You are loved. I love you. Thank you.